Rob Gronkowski retired after winning the Super Bowl last season at only 29 years of age, causing many to wonder whether Gronk could eventually make a comeback to the football field. Gronk talked about it during an event in New York City this morning.
Patriot fans, I love all my fans. I love Patriot fans. And wherever I go, Patriot fans always ask, am I coming back? When I'm coming back? Where am I coming back? I'm walking across the street and they're like, you're walking because you're coming back. It's crazy. I understand. I feel that love. But I want to be clear to my fans. I needed to recover. I was not in a good place. Football was bringing me down, and I didn't like it. And I was losing that joy in life, like the joy. I'm sorry right now, but, I really was, and I was fighting through it.
Marcus Spears joins us now, and guys, clearly an emotional Gronk right there. I mean, I felt that. You could feel his emotion around it. Do you think Gronk, after hearing that, is more or less likely to make an NFL comeback after watching that?
I think it's potentially more. I think that he walked away from the game. I think part of it was due to injury, and part of it, significantly so, I might add, because we, as Will and I were talking off camera, is similar to what we heard from Luck the other day. The other side to it, however, is that I can't help but think about Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is great. He's phenomenal. He's the greatest coach of this era, if not arguably ever. We have to understand that. But the flip side to it is that he takes such a business, no-nonsense approach to it, and next man up, and you appear to be, I don't want to say because I don't know, but you appear to be so easily discarded that winning is fun, true. But there's a fun that comes along with the process that involves winning. That day-to-day, those 6 days in between games on most instances throughout the regular season, that matters. And if you're not having a good time, because everything is about the business at hand, with somebody as free-spirited and who appears to be as fun-loving as Rob Gronkowski, to be restricted or limited in any way, I think that in part is what he is speaking about as well. I don't know. I want to emphasize that I don't know. I've never asked anybody about that. But that's just the impression that I get while watching.
It's a reasonable assumption from things that we've heard about playing for Bill Belichick. It doesn't sound like the most fun thing in the world to do. Right. Winning, as you point out, is fun. But I got to tell you, Stephen A., it sounds, like you said, exactly like what Andrew Luck said. Exactly. I've been dealing with pain. I've been dealing with injury, and I've lost the joy for the game. Now, Marcus and Stephen A., I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to be consistent on this, okay? I'm not even going to be able to explain to you why I feel differently. But I know the history of guys who retire before or at the age of 30. I know about Jim Brown and Gale Sayers and Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. And I'm going to tell you that they almost never come back. It's the Brett Favres that hang on to the last minute. But I got to tell you, while I don't think we'll see Andrew Luck again, I do think there's a chance we see Gronk again. I don't know, and I can't explain why. It's inconsistent, right? They sound the same. Why do I think Luck is gone for good, but Gronk is going to come back? But I don't think we've seen the last of Gronk, Marcus.
Gronk is not done because he's emotional about it. And look, there's a way when when the finale has hit itself, when things are just done, you talk about it in a totally different way. I was sitting on Get Up almost a year ago now talking about Gronk and before the Super Bowl. Do you remember when he was reflectionary? You remember when he was talking about the grind and the things that it takes to get ready for a season, his body and how he was feeling? I knew Gronk was going to retire. I think Gronk will play again. When we start talking about the New England Patriots, the thing that resonates with me is you have Tom Brady, who is arguably the greatest quarterback to ever play, if not the greatest. All he's going to do in the playoffs is pick up the phone and ask Gronk, listen, man, I need you for 3 weeks. I need you for a month to get us over the hump. That would be very, very hard for Rob Gronkowski not to take advantage of being able to go do that again. And then listening to him talk right there and actually seeing him, things that you're done with, you're not emotional about. When a relationship is over between a man and a woman and it's really over, it's not emotional. It's talking about the things that you were able to do, and everybody's on with the day-to-day and on with the business. Usually emotions mean you're still attached, and when you're still attached, there's a chance you will go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Marcus, thank you so much. We're going to take a break with you. We know you will join us back in this conversation. Right now, we want to take a moment to welcome in Jamal Adams of the Jets. The New York Jets opened their season on Sunday, September 8th against the week that Andrew Luck was retiring at the age of 29.
Right, it was definitely tough. Honestly, he's a great friend of mine. I met him down at the Pro Bowl, and when you think about it, he's happy. He's happy with his decision. A lot of people are bashing him, for his decision, and at the end of the day, you never know what someone's going through, and no one knows what Andrew's going through but him. And I'm pulling for him. I'm happy for him. I'm always going to be by his side, and I have a ton of respect for what he's done for this game, and I know he's going to do outstanding things wherever he goes.
J.A., it's always good to talk to you, my man. Let's get right to it. You know it. I got to get right to it because I got expectations for the New York Jets this year. And just so everybody knows, one of the things that I love about you, you led the league, you led the team in tackling last year. You had 115 tackles. You handled your business, but the defense ranked 29th, and you called everybody out. You left no stone unturned. You're tired of losing. What the hell are we going to do about this? Are you satisfied thus far with what the New York Jets have done in the offseason to get set for 2019?
I think we have the pieces in place. I think that we're moving in the right direction. Mr. Joe Douglas is doing a hell of a job as far as, coming in and understanding what we need, as well as the coaching staff. We're very talented in that end. We have a lot of guys that's ready to go, man. I think that as long as we stay healthy, as long as we play as one, I think we'll be fine, man. The sky's the limit for this team and this organization.
Jamal, it's Will Kane here. What's the main thing that's different? I mean, you got Le'Veon. I understand there's more talent on the roster, but you got a new coach. So what's different under Adam Gase about this team that's going to make it better?
Well, I think it's just the energy and everybody, being accountable. You know what I mean? As long as you're accountable as an organization, as long as you, play as one and not have individual groups, because you can never win, team football like that. It just doesn't work in this league. And like I said, man, we're all excited. This staff is great. The locker room and the chemistry is great. Everybody's communicating, everybody's positive, and everybody's, competing at practice. So as long as you can do that and have energy, at practice, it's nothing like it, man. It just makes everybody better.
And not only do you have a new head coach, you bring in Bell. What is he bringing to the table in the locker room, and how is he making impact on the field already for you guys?
Yeah, that's the juice, man. Obviously he's a little rapper as well. He's a funny guy, but not only is he a great player on the football field, he's a great person off the field. A lot of people don't know that about Bell. He's definitely a team player, and all he wants to do is win. And when we definitely received that the news that he was going to be a part of the organization, I was ecstatic. Everybody was happy, and we're just happy to have him on board. And I understand that he's going to help Sam out a lot. He's going to help this organization out a lot, and he could be really special. I
want to get back to this defense, Jay. I'm looking at Quinnen Williams. I know you got this rookie. I expect some big things from him. You got Leonard there. You got you there. I mean, that's where it starts for me. But I got to tell you something. I'm really interested in how you guys feel about Greg Williams, your new defensive coordinator. What do you think he's going to bring to the table? I know he's got his checkered pass, but damn it, when you play defense, you might need to have a checkered pass, for crying out loud. How are y'all feeling about playing for that man?
Energy, man. The energy is through the roof, and it's not just on the field. It's every day. The energy's there. He holds everybody accountable, like I talked about earlier. And anytime you have a guy like that, a coach that that's going to lay it on the line for you each and every day, it's nothing like playing for a guy like that. And not just G-Dub, as we call him. The rest of the defensive staff, man. We have so many guys that have played the game, so many guys that have been around ball. And man, I can tell you, I might be biased, but I feel this defensive staff is probably the best one out there.
All right, Jamal, so I'm not telling you something you don't already know. We already know, right, all of us, that the Patriots have owned this division forever. But it does feel a little bit like there's a clock ticking, right? I mean, Tom Brady's 42. It feels like somebody's coming. Will it be your team? Will it be Sam Darnold? Or will it be Buffalo? They got their own second-year quarterback. What I'm curious, man, if you can tell, when is this going to happen? When are the Jets, if it's going to be the Jets, going to do this? When is somebody going to take down the Patriots?
Well, obviously, hats off to those guys. Hats off to that organization. They're well coached. They do it right all the time, and they do the little things the right way at all times. Man, that's what matters the most in this league. And they finish in the fourth quarter. A lot of teams do not finish in the fourth quarter, and they do an outstanding job on all three phases. So hats off to them. But obviously, man, we just got to keep competing. Obviously, each and every time we compete against those guys, we want to go out there and get a victory. But we got to play all four quarters on all three phases, and we just got to give them a run.